Yeah, man, we're doing a feature on the Campello side of town. Just the Campello business area, all the great things happening over at South. Exactly. Oh wait, I gotta go. Some boys want to go one-on-one with basketball. It's time to take them to school. All right, I'll talk to you. Showtime. Hey, dude, I'm gonna go right by you. I have a microphone in one hand and the basketball in the other hand, and I'm gonna take you to school. I am going to take you to school. Oh!
Young man, wake up! It's 1917. You should be down at the Selective Service, registering for World War I. You're of soldier age. Get up, you shirker. Get up. It's 1917. Get up.
Don't you know that?
Where am I?
You're in Campello. It's 1917. We're getting ready to enter World War I. We're asking all of our young men to sign up for the draft, and we're celebrating because they're all going off to war.
1917? I was just playing basketball over there, and I was on my cell phone, and... Are you sure this is Brockton?
This is Brockton.
This is Brockton, but you know what you might have heard? Did you hear our president, Woodrow Wilson, saying America first, America first, America first, or did you hear someone else saying America first, America first, America first?
Wait a minute. Woodrow Wilson? Donald Trump is the president of the United States.
This is 1917. Think of it. Wait, that's why we woke you up. To realize it's 1917.
Uh-oh.
I'm Lynn Smith. I'm the treasurer of the Keith Park Neighborhood Association, and we'd like to welcome you to our pop-up village. We're celebrating Campello of 1917, but more importantly, we're celebrating all of our ancestors who were immigrants and settlers here in Campello. So as you can see, we created some giant theatrical backdrops of iconic Campello buildings that we hung on the fence here at Nelson Playground. And each one of the backdrops represents a slice of life. So we have the Huntington School, we have South Congregational Church, we have the fire station, we have the Keith Factory. So as people wander around our village, they can stop at each one of the backdrops, pick up a history sheet, and learn a little bit about the history of the city, so when they go home, they have all of those history sheets in a binder, and they have the history of Brockton in their hand. And we're so wonderfully blessed that we have so many different folks who are representing our city from all different ancestries. So the Cape Verdeans are here, the Haitians are here, the Lithuanians are here, the Swedes are here, all of the folks who came to Campello back in 1917 and in today.
Campello Fire Station? That doesn't look like Campello. Man, that was some hit on the head. Oh, there's a band playing. Let's see what they're up to.
We encouraged people to really come and dress the part. So, 1917 was just before the Flappers and the Roaring Twenties, but it was after the prim and proper Victorian time. So it was a transition time in terms of fashion. Lady skirts were getting a little bit shorter. One of the most popular hats for men to wear were the straw boaters or straw skimmers that were made famous by the Yale University undergraduates. And you'll see a lot of scally caps here, newsboys caps, very popular in 1917. We tried to get as many different ancestors that would come. This is our first event, so we were very pleased with the turnout. We have Italians here, as I said, Lithuanians here, Swedes here. Maybe next year we'll get the French Canadians. My ancestors were what's known as two-boat Irish. First they went to Nova Scotia on the first boat, and then they came to Boston on the second boat.
What's going on, man? What is happening? Am I dreaming? Is this a nightmare? What the? Huh?
We are the South Shore Men of Harmony. We're a barbershop chorus, a group of 15, 20-odd gentlemen that like to get together and sing. And we're going to get started for you right now with a couple of songs, one right into the next. And if you know them, sing along. If you don't, tap your feet, clap your hands. Thank you.
The old songs, the old songs, the good old songs for me. I love to hear those minor chords and good old harmonies. Down our way, both night and day, you know everybody and they all know you. And even policemen say, how do you do? Pals by the score and gals galore, and that whole gang of mine, they stand sweet at the line. Down our way.
Academy of Irish. Dunleavy Boyle Bremer Academy of Irish Dance.
And how long have you been dancing?
I've been dancing since I was 2.
And I heard there was a big competition this weekend, so it was hard for you to come, so thank you so much for coming.
It
And
was.
what about, is this your sister, or is
Yeah,
this someone
this is
who
my
just followed the
sister
truck?
that is 3, and she does Irish dancing too. She's a beginner.
Wow, excellent. Well, thank you so much. Now tell us a little bit about the dance you're going to be doing. Does it have a special name?
So there's 2 kind of shoes, hard shoe and soft shoe. I'm wearing hard shoes. My sister is going to be wearing soft shoes. Those are regular shoes. And there's different dances, and they go to different songs and different beats. The only funny thing is that the more slower it gets, the more faster you dance. The more faster the music gets, the slower you dance.
just wonderful to be here on this wonderful Sunday afternoon. As a board member of the Frederick Douglass Neighborhood Association, it's a group of members who we've dedicated a park, and we're here today celebrating the Pop-Up Village in Campello. So we're going back in time 100 years from 2017 back to 1917. So we have several exhibits, and the two African American churches, Messiah Baptist and Lincoln Congregational Church, they were both 20 years old, and we're celebrating the business acumen of Watt Terry, Brockton's first black millionaire, and also the celebrated service of Orleans Burton, who was the first African American to die from Brockton in World War I. And so what you're seeing here is just a wonderful day. One of the groups, the Wolverine Jazz Band, is actually playing. They're an outstanding group, and they're actually playing some of the vintage songs. The first jazz recording from 1917 they've played live, and they'll be doing that through the day. We just had a wonderful barbershop quartet and several activities for the children. We have antique cars, we have the Brockton Historical Society, the Sons of Italy, the Lithuanian Heritage Group. So we have all these different groups, and we're just celebrating the history of Brockton and what Brockton was like in 1917.
Goodbye, my Coney Island baby. Farewell, my own true love, true love. I'm gonna go away and leave you. Never to see you any. Never gonna see you any. I'm gonna.
Hi, my name is Phyllis Ellis. I'm the first vice president of the Brockton NAACP. Here with me is Ray Henderson. He's an executive officer.
Hi, how you doing?
We are here today at the Campello Pop-Up because we want to talk about our history. We went back 100 years ago in 1917. Most people do not know that the NAACP was founded in 1909, and it was always biracial. It was founded by 2 white Caucasians and 1 male. W.E. Du Bois, Moorfield Story, and Mary White Covington. Now, the Brockton branch was chartered in 1954, and we have meetings the 4th Monday of every month, and we are here to promote education, community events. We also have a forum, a TV forum, that we talk about events that's going on in the city, and we're just happy to be here today. Ray, what do you have to say?
Hi, I'm Ray Henningsen. I'm on the executive team for the NAACP. And as was previously indicated, we are a multiracial organization. We're basically formed with the idea of racial justice for all members of our community. And it's important that we are a community-based organization. We welcome all parties, everybody, no matter what race, color, creed you are. We welcome you to our organization, and it's a great organization that has really some positive things that we have coming. We have the ACT-SO program for our children, which helps our children gain access to scholarship money for college based on various things that they do, including dance and arts and community activities. So it's a great organization.
Hi, I'm Jada Dixon, a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. We are an organization that is built for collegiate and professional women internationally. We were founded on January 15th, 1908 on the campus of Howard University. We are now 109 years old. On July 6, 2008, my chapter, the Psi Iota Omega chapter, was chartered. And our primary focus is the city of Brockton. We also serve the southeastern Massachusetts communities. We are dedicated and excited about being involved in the community. We have upcoming events, including our 9th anniversary, our Ivy Golf Classic that's going to be happening October 16, 2017, as well as our Ascend program, where we reach out to youth that are in the grades of 9th through 12, and we teach them about networking, educational opportunities, speaking engagements, as well as involvement in the Model UN efforts. So please come out, support us as we support you, and thank you for having us, Lynn Smith and the Brockton Historical Society. If you would like to reach us, feel free to go to our website at www.pio1908aka.org. You'll find all our information and contact. Thank you.
My name is Breton Carter. I am a working paleontologist. I'm here today playing the part of Barnum Brown, who was a paleontologist in the early 1900s. He discovered the T-Rex, which I actually have with me right now. So I've got a plethora of fossils, some right here from Massachusetts, some from Scotland, some from Connecticut. I go all over the world for these. I've got ammonites from Morocco. I've got trilobites from Utah, megalodon teeth right from our own open oceans off the coast of the Cape. And then I've also got geodes from California. I have quite a bit of stuff here, all of that ranging in price, all self-collected.
Okay, my name is Tom Tebow.
My name is Felicita Sepúlveda.
And we're here representing what housing was like in tenements in 1917.
In 1917, we got those big, beautiful houses like that. And it used to be the mostly for the shoe workers.
The factory workers would be in these tenements. Now they were housing, but basic housing. Most of them did not have hot water. They were cold water flats. You'd experience things like lead paint and asbestos in the apartments. And unfortunately, they could be dangerous. Because they did not have smoke detectors or fire suppression systems and very shaky electrical systems, you'd have fires that would often result in the loss of life or injury. Today you have zoning so that you have residential areas and you have commercial areas. Back then you might buy a beautiful house one year and have a lye factory move in a year later and billow smoke. They just did not have those rules. Obviously today there's a lot more safety in houses, especially in the electrical code, the plumbing code. You would have ground fault interrupters. That's if you have electricity near water. If something happened to the electricity, it shuts off automatically. The fire suppression systems today, you have to have smoke alarms to have an occupancy. You have a Board of Health that comes in and inspects an apartment every couple of years, makes sure that there's no lead paint, that the windows are proper, that the level of the windows, because remember, light was mostly from outside, so they made these big, beautiful looking windows, but they were only 18 inches from the floor, so a small child could easily fall out of the windows. You can't do that anymore. So Brockton was very successful being the shoe capital of the world, and all the workers had to live someplace, and these tenements were the places for those to live.
But they was paying the workers not that bad. They would pay good money, you know. It just they had to be living in those big houses because it was too much of them. And I think the shoe factory did like a 1 million boots for the war.
Yes. So World War I, they were producing quite a bit for the war effort.
Over 1 million boots for the war. Yeah.
If you look at housing in Brockton, it changed radically in the 50s and 60s when Ashfield, Brookfield, Southfield were developed, and those were single-family homes that and really developed a middle class in the city of Brockton. Prior to that, you had places like West Elm Street, Main Street, the Keith Mansion, where the factory owners lived, and then you had the three-deckers, the tenement houses, the housing where the factory workers lived. There was not a large, burgeoning middle class like we have today.
Yes.
Okay, my name's John Drzezinskis, and I'm actually representing the Lithuanian community here at the Campello Pop-Up Village event. Our booth here is sponsored by Knights of Lithuania Council #1. We have a sampling of our foods here. We have our traditional Lithuanian rye bread, and we also have our what we call our 3 Ks, our kielbasa, which is a pork dish, kugelis, which is a potato square, and kapusta, which is cabbage. Okay, so we have a taste of Lithuania here. This is a great event. It's been a great turnout so far, and I'm so happy to be part of it. The Lithuanian Village is actually not located in Campello. It's in the northeast part of the city, in probably the north part of the city, Montello. Most of the Lithuanian immigrants, when they came over towards the turn of the century, and the second wave came over after World War II, mostly settled in what's called the village section of Brockton. And a lot of them immigrated to that section of Brockton, and many of them worked in the shoe factories.
Coincidentally, one of our focus today is on the year 1917. And in 1917, the Puerto Rican community, the people of Puerto Rico, became United States citizens. So Puerto Ricans have been citizens for 100 years. Coincidentally as well, today there is a plebiscite, a vote on the island to determine the political status of the Puerto Rican people, of the Puerto Rican island. So the choices are whether to remain a commonwealth, to become an independent nation, or to become the 51st state. Now, whether or not Congress will honor the vote of the people is another question, because this is not the first time that the Puerto Rican people have voted, and Congress has not acted on the will of the people. That said, I do want to highlight a contradiction that to me is troublesome as an American citizen. My father lives on the island of Puerto Rico along with my mother. They're Puerto Rican citizens for 100 years, as I said, but they cannot vote for presidential elections. They can't vote in presidential elections. So you got 4 million people residing on the island who don't have a vote, yet we're saying that they're citizens. So that's problematic. The other thing is that they send a member of Congress to represent the Puerto Rican people. It's called a resident commissioner. And that individual, who happens to be a man, also does not have a voice in congressional votes. So it's, in a sense, second-class citizenship. So because of that, we need to fix the political status of this island. We contribute. We fought in every single war. And so we're very proud to be Puerto Rican. We're very proud to be Americans. And so thank you for welcoming us. I just want to read a couple of facts to you about the Puerto Ricans. In 1910, a little bit after the focus of this event, there was only about 2,000 Puerto Ricans living in the United States. 2,000, okay? In March of 1917 is when President Woodrow Wilson signed the Jones Act, essentially making Puerto Ricans U.S. citizens. About 20,000 Puerto Ricans served in the U.S. Army during World War I, right after their citizenship, months after they served faithfully in the war. The Puerto Rican population increased to about 70,000 by 1940 and to close to 900,000 by 1960. And it was really in the 60s and in the 70s that the Puerto Rican movement was formed, tackling social, cultural, political, and educational inequalities in the United States and in Puerto Rico. If you stop by the Puerto Rican booth, and I do have to thank Tito. Tito, raise your hand right here. Tito and his wife were here since before I got here, around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning, helping set up a tent, helping to volunteer. So he and his wife and his children are here volunteering. So we're very thankful for that. So long story short, guys, I'll just leave you to stay tuned on the referendum that's happening today about the political status of our brothers and sisters in Puerto Rico. Many of them travel back and forth freely from the United States to the island. And so we very much feel like Americans. We love this country. And we thank you for the opportunity to form community here in Brockton today. We see Lithuanians, we see the Sons of Italy, we see the NAACP in Puerto Rico, and all different cultures coming together like we should. And that's what this Campello Pop-Up Day is all about. A big shout out to Lynn Smith for putting this together, making this happen, envisioning it. And thank you for all of you for coming out tonight. God bless you. Thank you.
Yeah, you know, we couldn't do this without the help of so many people. First of all, Mass Humanities, which is the local arm of the National Endowment for the Arts. Mass Humanities, we wrote a grant to them and we were awarded $6,000. And our job is to raise another $6,000, $3,000 in cash, $3,000 in kind. So we had donations from Crescent Credit Union, Campello Business Association, Cape Cod Cafe, Barbour Welting, one of the shoe manufacturers still in business, Metro South Chamber of Commerce, Downtown Brockton Business Association, the Brockton Housing Authority, and Tom Thibault has been just amazing, not only with a contribution, but the manpower that we needed to set all of this up. We've been meeting since Christmas, so we've been working on this for 6 months. A core group of about 20 volunteers have been working on it. And you know, I must be remiss if I did not say that Bruce Benner has the patience of a saint. Benner's Cameras is right in Campello. He took little tiny 3-inch by 5-inch postcards and took high-resolution photos of them and was able to help us blow them up to these 8-foot by 10-foot theatrical backdrops. So Bruce Benner, I apologize for hounding you and pestering you, and you are a saint, and thank you so much for your help.
Now don't you leave me here. Now don't you leave me here. And if you just must go, pretty mama, she was down for a bill. Don't you leave me here. Don't you leave me here. Babe, my lamp is low. Yes, my lamp is low. And if you just could stay a little longer, you could make it glow. Leave me here. Don't you leave me here. I cried all night long. I cried all night long. That oh, pretty mama, maybe one more song. Don't you leave me here. Don't you leave me here. Now don't you leave me here.